Welcome back to another episode of ACC Central. We have another player interview as Duke shortstop Jake Lambdin joins the show. Jake, thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, so Jake, you're one of the new guys to the conference. You are coming over from Xavier. You actually were a two-way player as a freshman and a little bit last year.
Yep.
As a freshman, you got a 3.43 ERA, 21 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts. Obviously, you only had 4 appearances last year, but what made you want to transition to basically hitter only?
I wouldn't say that it was even a transition to hitter only. It was more of a transition to like pitching it all. I messed around with it in high school a little bit. Shout out Coach Niano. But I got to campus my freshman year and had no intention of pitching in college. But it was just something that kind of happened in the spring. Freshman, new, didn't really have a job and wanted to contribute. And I would joke around with my pitching coach that I got it. And he threw me in. He threw me in against LSU, my first appearance in college. So it was a 3-run game, I think, in the 8th.
Do you remember who you faced?
No, I don't remember.
That's good. That's probably a good thing. Just went in there and was going about.
I faced the catcher they had with the good mustache. Remember that?
Nice.
2 years ago. But then, I just kind of built on that and that opportunity, and it became a thing. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. Now, you're a California kid. You're not coming from a California school. You went to Xavier your first 2 years. Now you're at Duke. What made you want to come and kind of be on the East Coast, and specifically what made Duke the right fit for you after 2 years at Xavier?
I always knew in high school and even before that I kind of wanted to go to school outside of California. Just my parents are big on trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone. So that was always something I wanted to do. So I made that choice to go to Xavier in high school, and then coming from Xavier to Duke has been nothing but a blessing. I think it's a really cool spot. It's been cool to see, the West Coast and the East Coast, and now kind of in the South. So it's been good.
How much did academics play a part in that kind of decision to come to Duke? Because Duke's very big on the academic side of things.
Yeah, it's just an add-on to I think what they already have to offer. That's so cool. Who wouldn't want to go to Duke academically, and you get to play sports here. So it's been great.
Absolutely. So we've talked about Xavier. You're not the only former Musketeer that's going to be making the jump to the ACC. Outfielder Carter Hendrickson is at Boston College. Ben Weber's at Virginia Tech. How excited are you potentially to face face those guys at some point during the season or the ACC tourney and kind of be like, whoa, look at us?
Yeah, really excited. Really excited. I think those two guys are so cool and fun to be around. And I'm jealous that other people get to be around them now. But the reunion for those two will be special. It's fun.
Yeah, it kind of shows the caliber of what you guys had at Xavier. You've got the three of you making that jump.
Yep.
You did stay at home for the summer and played in the California League. I think you played 17 games or so for Orange County.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about that experience? Because I haven't had a lot of opportunities to talk to people who played in the California League.
Yes.
Most of the guys in the ACC are staying out east.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that experience and how that went.
It was fun. It was fun to stay home. I played my freshman summer. I did the Northwoods. I did the grind. And it is something that I'm glad I did. Very glad I did. But glad I also hopefully won't have to do it again. My sophomore year, I knew after the season ended that I was going to be in the portal and I wanted to be close to home and available. So it was really fun. I played with a bunch of guys that I went to high school with or around. Got to go to the beach. It was great. It was fun.
That's great. Yeah, I almost didn't check out the California League because I was like, I don't think there's many guys there. But then I was like, oh, there's a name that I recognize that's coming to Duke. I need to check that out. So, can you describe your playing style and who you are as a player? For those who aren't aware, because you're a newcomer to Duke and the ACC.
I think what I hear is that I play very fast, and I'm not going to deny that. I think I do. And I enjoy the fast-paced nature of like what baseball can be. Um, so I would say like if you were to describe me, just fast. Like everything I do is kind of some people say spastic, but I just have fun.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting because Duke is, people are going to look at you guys as kind of in a transition period because,
Hmm.
with the way Moose came in a little bit late and then,
Yeah.
getting you guys, but obviously you guys don't see it that way. You guys are here to compete. You guys are here to win baseball games. What's the team mentality, and are you guys kind of embracing that kind of, I guess, maybe underdog kind of, public persona?
Yeah. There's like Moose is big on embracing that side. I think we try not to look too deeply into it. There's a lot of talented people here that I think have a chip on their shoulder that have been maybe underlooked at some point in their career. And we also, to add on, is like we have this entire coaching staff who have these insanely talented players that have followed them to this school. Like you have the DMARs that had plenty of options and they came to Duke, the Zorns, and you can name off a bunch of others that had the opportunity and they chose Duke. So, like, yes, there is a bit of like a side of underdog mentality, but at the end of the day, it's really talented baseball players at a really cool school that are going to compete really hard.
Yeah, getting to see you guys this fall, I can see the lineup and the defense. It looks strong. In the past, in years past under Coach Pollard, it was a blue collar mentality, and yet it seems like you guys are even more blue collar now under Moose. Under Moose, you guys are focusing a lot on the little things, right? Trying to make sure you can kind of really just take care of all the little things defensively and
Hmm.
all that, and really pick up the pitchers. I think you guys are going to hit. It looks like you guys could hit pretty well.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how the team's kind of coming together.
The team is definitely coming together. You touched on the little things. Moose is huge on that. You should see him in practice. It's fiery. Just like everything, we're gonna have to win in the minute details, and we know that. We know that it's a talented conference, and I think every team has to win in the little things. So even just like getting the ball around, after an out or little things like that, we harp on. So it's been a cool experience to learn that side of it. It's not just hit ball, field ball, throw ball. We're thinking about kind of everything, but the team's coming together well. The guys are gelling. Everybody is like a good human being, and everybody's fun to be around, and everybody likes baseball. So it's a blast to come to the field.
Yeah, when I talked to Moose at like the beginning of September, it sounded like you guys were really getting ahead of the game on bonding
Hmm.
and enjoying each other and just having
Yeah.
fun. What's it like playing for him? I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's a pitching coach genius. Obviously, this
Hmm.
is his first time as a head coach, but I mean, he just seems like a guy you want to run through a wall for. He's a real players coach.
Definitely. That's a good way to describe him. I think there's 40 guys that would die. Sorry. There's 40 guys that would die for that guy. And we've only known him for 3 months. So
Yeah, it
just
goes to show
yeah.
you. So I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch you guys
Yeah.
kind of grow together as a team throughout the year. What adjustments have you made to your game this fall? Particularly maybe in the hitting area as you prepare for that jump up in competition between the Big East and the ACC.
It's been a grind. Like, to be honest, it's been a grind. A lot of swing changes, a lot of adjustments, a lot of like approach changes. I think the the like strategy to baseball has been a little bit different, like different of an approach for me. Um, just like I've been exposed to a lot of cool information, and it's been like a conversation with all of my coaches. Like, this is something that we think you should do. It's not something you have to do. And we kind of just like work off that and build on that. So there's been some swing changes, some minor adjustments, and then just like talking approach. Like you just talk hitting all the time with people that know what they're talking about. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up. No disrespect to some of the smaller schools, but they don't have necessarily the information, the money involved that you guys can get at a Duke or an ACC program. And you guys get all this new analytical information that you guys can do stuff with, and that's got to be pretty cool and kind of new for you and can really help you. I've seen guys it make the jump very easily. Talking about you playing shortstop, you started the year playing third base, batting towards the bottom of the order. You ended the
Hmm.
year playing shortstop, top of the order, leading off. Looks like that's going to be a similar role to what you're doing at Duke. talk to me about that kind of mentality because it kind of changes, right?
Yeah, it changes. Ninth and leadoff honestly aren't that big of
Yeah,
a difference. Maybe just more of like an ego thing.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
I, yeah, I've always kind of just been the guy to try and get it to the next dude. And I embraced that at Xavier. There's a tough situation. Like our third baseman broke his hand 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think, before the season started. So I just slid over to third base and was like, I can do this. And Coach O'Connor thought that I could and threw me in there, and I kind of just squeezed the pulp out of that opportunity. So I started ninth, had some success, and then bumped up. But I enjoy leading off. I think it's fun to be the guy to see him first and tell all your boys like what he looks like.
Yeah, I didn't do enough of my research beforehand. I thought you were a third baseman. Didn't realize you finished at shortstop for most of the
Mhm.
season towards the end. You looked I was there for both one of the scrimmages for the inner squad, and you made some outstanding defensive plays. I know it seems like this pitching staff is going to be very ground ball oriented, a little bit less swing and miss, more contact. And so is there a little bit more pressure you feel like defensively to make plays, and how do you handle, you know, trying to improve defensively while you're also really working hard to improve offensively?
No, I don't think there's added pressure. You're out there because like you want the ball, and I think
Yeah, that's true.
uh, our Wes and Scotty, they do a great job at like making sure that we do enough preparation so we're not thinking about that in the game. It's just like I hope the ball comes to me, and if there's a pitcher with a little more sync, that's gonna make that happen. Like I'm all for it. Please hit the ball here. You know.
That's a good point. I completely forgot about that because when I've played, I get mad. I would get mad when the ball didn't get hit, when it didn't get hit to me, or then somebody took an
Yep.
opportunity. Like I played in the outfield, so there's even less opportunities sometimes out there.
Yep.
And and I would get mad when like center fielder would call me off, and I'm like,
Yeah, those
oh,
are yours. You got to grab them.
absolutely. So, what are the vibes after you guys wrapped up fall practice? Everyone feeling good? You guys feel like you guys have a tournament caliber team?
Yeah, for sure. I think like we're all super close at this point. The locker room's good. We gel. And I think being able to see each other in action and see each other like, you have guys up and down the roster that like are ridiculously good at like so many different things. Like you have Adam Trock like running into a wall and busting his face open just like during a practice. Or like there's just little things. Colin Anderson, butter infielder. Like everywhere you look in the lineup, I think there's talent and people are good at things. And we're all super tight. So we like support each other really well. It's just constant like positive reinforcement from each other.
Love that. I thought Adam Trock would get a lot more playing time last year. I saw him as a freshman, his scrimmage against NC State. He had two base hit bunts, and I was like, and he was
Yep.
stealing. I was like,
Pretty.
he's gonna be that outfielder they put late in the game. They didn't
He's
quite come up
awesome.
there, but yeah, that's running. Yeah, that sounds on brand for what I've heard about him as a type of player. But
Yep.
so it's an entirely new program, despite you do have some returning players, but a lot of those guys were freshmen. So, you know, has anyone really stood out? I mean, to me, when I was looking, I was just I knew Michael DiMartini was good. I didn't realize him and Cider Cannon. I knew they were both guys to watch, but I didn't realize how truly good they are. And then
Hmm.
like RJ Hamilton,
Hmm.
I'm just shocked he didn't get much of an opportunity at Vanderbilt.
Yeah. If we were gonna point out everybody that stood out to me this fall, we'd be here for 3 hours. I can say that Cider Cannon definitely needs to have some more buzz around his name. Demar's very good, everybody knows that, and I think he does like have buzz. Um, and still not like he's better than people say he is. Like he's ridiculous. But Cider, to me, like has definitely blown me out of the water. I think watching him and how he goes about his day every day has been awesome to watch. He's a great hitter, great dude. Knows his swing well, knows what he wants to do with the baseball. Um, Colton Quagliano, ridiculously defensive, like third baseman, and is gonna hit too. But has just like shown up every single day at third. Um, yeah, I could list off a bunch of dudes. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that maybe didn't have a name that was very known that is going to be after this year. I think there's a lot of talent.
Yeah, no, one of my big picks for sophomore breakout could be Jeff Lugge, who I thought was going to play a lot last year. I heard Brooks Perez, a freshman, has just been hitting the cover off the ball. And what you said about Sider that's so impressive is what he did in the fall offensively while transitioning to catcher, which I don't think people really understand how difficult that is. And a lot of times you'll see the offense wane a little bit as they work to kind of transition to that role.
It's been impressive to watch. And the guy has a chooch. Like it's a cannon.
Love that. Yeah, I mean,
On brand.
And it's perfect. Yeah, got one of the best names in the country, baseball names in the country. And then somebody else who impressed me, who only got to DH at Miami last year, Bobby Marsh was making playing first base, making picks all over the place. It's a picking machine.
Yeah, we got a lot of like breakout candidates. I know you mentioned Jeff. Good human, good player, like good lefty bat. Bobby Marsh, pure like lefty hitter, learning first base, like has been good over there. RJ has been like dynamic, just good at a lot of things. I'm blanking on all.
You bring back one of the most consistent hitters in the conference last year, Tyler Albright.
Yep, Tyler Albright.
Who I completely forgot about again. Should have been all ACC last year, but I mean, what a team you guys have offensively. Yeah. The pitching definitely has stuff. It's just going to be. It feels like it's going to be whether they can kind of get the length together. But you guys have guys that got some legit stuff. Definitely. Matt Notchowitz out of nowhere when I was at the inner squad, I didn't even know this guy was on the roster. He comes over from SUNY Cortland and throws three really strong innings.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of pitching. There's a lot of guys that are going to provide for us. I think we saw in the inner squads. I got diced by probably every guy, at least once. So it's in there for sure.
What's it like facing Marcello Mastriani with that low slot lefty, and then he can throw 5 pitches? He looks like he could be poised for a big year.
I've been saying this. It is my most uncomfortable at bat. You just got to grind it out. It's like this low little release height. It just comes out of nowhere and takes off. So
it fits his personality pretty well.
It does. It fits one of my favorites. You look at him and you're like, lefty, and then you watch him throw and you're like, yeah, probably.
My favorite thing that kind of embodies him is he when he committed to Duke before last season, he took his Georgetown photo and colored over it, and that's his Twitter profile pic. It's Duke in like Microsoft Paint over his Georgetown photo.
Stop it. I got to take a look at that. That's ridiculous.
But like once I met him and then I followed him, I was like, that is so on brand for Cello.
Yep.
So, we talked about guys who could have breakouts. If you had to narrow it down to 2 or 3 names, who do you think would be your pick for a breakout candidate? 2 or 3 names. I know that's tough because we just listed off a bunch, but
that's really hard. I think Brooks Perez could see some time, and we mentioned him, just wiry, finds hits, finds gaps. So I think he'll be interesting to watch. I think like even just I think he's going to be really, really good. You give him an entire career, and I don't know what this year looks like for him. I think like he's going to get opportunities for sure. But Colin Anderson has so much in the tank, defensively, like offensively. Like he's lifting all the time, eating all the time, and swinging all the time. And I think he's got a lot of tools to be really, really good. And then let's see. Third breakout. It's hard because there's a lot of guys that have already broken out. Like Sider's broken out.
That's what's tricky.
Out. Zorn's hit 8 homers and like hit 300 last year.
It feels like he's going to go into the radar as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's really hard. Give me RJ. Give me RJ. Give me RJ. Yeah, give me RJ.
Love that. RJ Hamilton, who has had some outstanding summers, never really got the chances at Vanderbilt that I think he could have gotten, and now should get some regular playing time. Excited to see him. He's he's dynamic. That is
dynamic.
Absolutely,
I got you.
True.
Good word.
Before we get to the fun stuff, what excites you the most about Duke baseball heading into the spring?
How different we are from like most teams. I think we're made up of a very interesting gel that is getting really, really strong. and it might it's going to surprise people.
Well, and it's full of personalities. I mean, you mentioned before the show, D-Mart's got personality. When I talked to Moose, I was like, who should I pinpoint for an interview since I do these player interviews? And he listed off 6 or 7 names with personalities. I think yours was one of them. Quagliano was one of them. D-Mart, and I was just like, I've got, sounds like you guys got a lot of great personality there.
A lot.
All right. Talk about some fun stuff. We're going to do some superlatives. I know this could be a little bit tricky, but it sounds like you guys have already gelled really well, so you should be able to answer all these. But we'll start with the first one. Team class clown.
Man, that's hard. There's so many. There's so many. Give me Quags.
Yeah.
Quags.
Love that. All right. How about a glue guy? Again, it seems like the team's made up of glue guys, but.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of glue guys. Shoot. I don't even know who to pick here. Give me Mike. Give me Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about team leader? I mean, again, this is.
Yeah. That's Tyler Albright. Tyler Albright.
Love it. Yep. Oh, and I love Tyler Albright because he seems like he's a quiet kid, and then he gets in the game and he's like a Max Scherzer type. He's laid back, and then all of a sudden, real intense game time.
Surprised me at first. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes out.
How about the team nerd? Now you can take this either way. You can go academic with this, or you can go
Yeah. This is interpretive.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 answers for you. I think has it all and is actually probably going to make $1 billion. Probably Troc.
Love it.
Troc.
Oh, love that. I haven't seen that before. That's pretty cool.
That's interesting. But also I've heard that Fury and Cello have some interesting knowledge in little weird niche pockets. So I just give you 3 guys, but
love that. It's perfect. Hey, I mean, the more the merrier. I mean,
we got a lot of nerds. We're Duke.
I mean, it's Duke. I was hoping for that. Best dressed.
Probably Quags.
Oh man! All right, last one of the superlatives.
Actually, or Andy Leon. Andy Leon's coming. Great fits. Great fits. Yeah, sneaky.
Love that. Last one of the superlatives. Best hair.
Damn it! You're gonna make me say Quags for 3 people here, Monty.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he doesn't see this. His ego might be.
Yeah, I'm pumping him up right now. I kind of have to. It's really nice. Actually, or low-key, we have Anthony Ranfola, Lord Farquaad for Halloween, but he's got some locks.
I love that.
He's got some locks.
I'm going to need to see some pictures.
He's got the hair care and everything. It's good.
I did notice him when because again, he's another guy that comes from a smaller school that I didn't recognize. Yep. And I was like, who is that catcher? And I did notice the hair. So
Yep.
Yeah, love that. All right. Local food staple. Have you kind of figured out your go-to food spot?
It's hard because we have Woo, which is our dining center, and it is ridiculous. It's stupid. Nobody deserves that. No college kid deserves that. It's there's a steakhouse in there. There's sushi in there. There's Chinese food, Indian food, Italian food.
That's amazing.
There's a Chipotle kind of thing going on. So it's hard.
You haven't even left. Yeah, you haven't even left campus.
You could eat there every day of the week, and you'd be perfectly happy. Q Shack's really good barbecue.
Yep.
Q Shack's really good barbecue. I don't know. And M Sushi. M Sushi's ridiculous. You want a date night sushi place or a treat yourself sushi place? I'm from California, and I love sushi. I love sushi. And I was I was reluctant to try it when I was in Ohio, and I gave it a shot here. Unreal.
Love that.
Unreal.
It's funny because I was having conversations with a couple of Team USA guys that got to go to Japan, and my first thing was talk to me about the food.
How was it? I want to know too.
Yeah. Well, one of them was I don't really eat that stuff. I was like, oh, it was Lucas Moore from Louisville. He was like, no. I was like, okay. But What about your game day routine? Can you kind of walk me through your routine and you know, do you have any superstitions or something like routines that you have to do on game day?
Um, I really like meditation and like frequency and stuff.
You
So
lean into the California stereotypes there.
I know, I know. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. But yeah, I'll pray and meditate and try and get my head right. I'll throw on, you know, some like some music, low frequency. Our strength coach just put me on this little playlist called and I've been giving it a try. It's really good. I might add it to the routine. But yeah, I just try to get my mind as grounded as possible. Like I'm not a super get amped guy. I think it kind of like makes me play a little tight and like
Yeah.
too fast. I already play fast. So the more chilled out I can get before the game, the better.
Yeah, that's why I love this question because baseball, it's not like football where you just want to get
Mhm.
amped up to hit somebody because,
Yeah.
you know, there's a fine balance that you got to hit with baseball, you know, so that you're
Yeah.
not too tight. Are you more loose, kind of like laid back, or are you more intense during the game?
It's a mixture. I think like I have different sides. But I would say I lean a little bit more like I don't know. That's actually really hard, money. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm a bit of both.
When I've asked that question, I get a lot more, you know, it depends. It
Yeah, it's
really,
hard.
yeah. Have you figured out walk up music yet?
Mm.
What are the,
Um,
what are you leaning towards?
I'm a big reggae guy. So I did Ayatera last year, a song called Break Down the Walls, which I really liked, but I can't do it twice. Um, so I don't know. I like a lot of good reggae music. I'll probably do something like reggae. I haven't really decided yet.
Love that.
But I do like God Gave Me Style, 50 Cent. It is good.
Nice.
It is
There you
really
go.
good. So if I was gonna go rap, that's what I'd go with, but
There
probably
you go.
reggae.
All right, I got two more for you. Your favorite MLB players to emulate or watch?
Past or present?
It doesn't. Well, it's up to you.
I got two. I got two
All
that
right.
I'm big on. Omar Vizquel.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he gets like talk. There it is again.
I love that.
Um,
I had no idea it does that.
it's ridiculous. I don't think enough people like now talk about him.
Yeah,
Like I watch videos and like I only got to see him like kind of towards the end of his career, like with the White Sox and the Blue Jays.
yeah. And even then, he was
But
still. I mean,
yeah, I
really
mean
good
he
defensively.
was like 50, but yeah, he was like
Yeah,
still ridiculous defensively. But just watching him and like his career highlight tape, and then Bobby Witt, like I think it's impossible not to like watching Bobby Witt
oh
play.
yeah,
But
love that.
if I could emulate anybody's playing style, it'd be Bobby for sure.
Are you a fan of a particular team by any chance?
Mm, I've been struggling with the Angels, you know, just being close and from
Yeah,
California and being closer to Anaheim than I am to LA
yeah.
and being
That's
far to San Diego. So it's been really hard. It's been really
yeah,
hard to be a fan. I'd say I'm more of a watcher of the Angels.
yeah, yeah. I understand. I can get that. I understand. It's tough.
Yeah.
Last one. What ACC ballpark besides your own are you looking forward to visiting the most?
Mm, I haven't even really thought about it, honestly. I have not thought about it. I hate to give
No
you that answer,
worries.
but
Yeah. Has Xavier did Xavier play any ACC schools recently?
yeah, we always played a really hard schedule at Xavier.
That's
I
what.
gotta
Yeah.
I gotta give Billy credit. Like he's scheduled hard. Um, and we played really cool schools. Like my freshman year, we opened at Clemson. Um,
That's right.
We played Louisville. So I've been to Clemson, Louisville. Um, played a lot of SEC schools. So I probably know more of those. I don't know. I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
have to think about it. I'm excited to go back to Clemson though. I like the environment of that
That,
place.
yeah, I was gonna say, you know, it's interesting with this question. A lot of guys, because I'll ask what their favorite one besides their own is, but since I
Yeah.
didn't know how many you'd gotten to be able
I
to
don't know if
visit.
we go back to Clemson though. They actually might come to us.
Yeah, last year Duke was at Clemson, so if you guys face them, it's going to be at Coombs.
Dang it.
What are your thoughts on Coombs? It's actually one of my favorite things. Is, you know, in terms of the ballpark, it's actually really nice.
Really nice. Really nice. Like I've been pleasantly surprised by it. And I knew the former Duke shortstop. I played with him on Team Great Britain.
That's
So
right. Oh, how did I not ask about that?
it's okay. You still got time. But
Oh,
uh,
yeah, I'm just, yeah. I mean, we
he
got
told me,
Duke keeping the tradition.
yeah, but he told me that it was like really nice to play at and the trees are beautiful. Like I think Like you have everything you need there. Turf's really nice, pretty view. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the
Okay.
things I loved, I was there for the last series. They were hosting Georgia Tech, and Drew Burris looks around and goes, this is a really nice ballpark." And a lot of
Mm,
people that aren't playing the game like to trash it a little bit, but it's actually I love going to games there. It's a nice
yeah.
home feel, and the field itself is fantastic. So I'll be
Yeah.
there a bunch. But thanks for reminding me that you played for
No.
Great
Yeah.
Britain.
Of course.
You were talking about Wallace Clark, who was on the Great Britain team as well. What was that experience like, getting to represent, that team and playing last year, out there?
Yeah, it means everything to me. I think it's the most meaningful baseball I've ever played. Being able to put that uniform on, it means a lot to me. My mom is English. She was born in
That's what I was
England.
going to ask, how you qualified.
Yeah. So that whole side of my family has grown up with me and trying to understand the game. And I think the second that I put on like the Great Britain jersey, suddenly like 30 English family members all knew baseball and all started talking about it. And it's been really cool to just see like the look on their faces and tell like the stories and that experience and going to all those cool countries and playing with um like Coach Drew Spencer, Coach Jonathan Crammon, um, Coach Connor Brooks. It's been such a cool experience for me and means everything.
I love that. We've got the connection, Wallace Clark to Jake
Yep.
Lambdin.
Back to back.
Yeah, love that. So love that. That's all I've got for you, Jake. I know I've taken up a little bit more of your time than I planned.
No,
This
it's
was great.
okay.
Do you have anything else you want to add before we let the audience go?
No, I think I'm good.
We'll have a couple more interviews back in a couple of days, but until then, go Blue Devils.
Go Blue Devils.